Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've been anywhere near the internet lately, you've definitely seen the massive hype around generating wealth with AI. I mean, it seems like literally everyone is claiming they're becoming overnight millionaires with just a couple of prompts, right? But today, we're cutting right through that noise. We're going to completely demystify this whole phenomenon using insights from a comprehensive 2026 guide on making money with ChatGPT. We are stripping away the magic and looking at the highly practical, completely realistic ways to use this incredible tool to actually boost your earnings. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with a welcome to the AI economy, look at how ChatGPT actually works, discuss hallucinations and AI limits, talk about why we need to trust but verify, and wrap up with the monetization pros and cons. Okay, Section 1, welcome to the AI economy, moving beyond the hype to practical application. Let's dive right into this by looking at the very real opportunities presented by the modern AI economy. We need to establish something right out of the gate here. ChatGPT is a seriously powerful piece of technology. Now, sure, there's a lot of what people call AI slop floating around out there, but when this tool is used correctly, it's entirely possible to make some serious money with it. It's all about sitting right at that sweet spot, the intersection of AI capabilities and new revenue streams. Honestly, you gotta think of it less like an ATM dispensing cash and more like a highly capable, tireless 24-hour assistant that's just waiting to help you execute your business ideas. And the sheer diversity of money-making avenues, that's what makes this technology so revolutionary. You could act as a freelance writing assistant, generating super compelling scripts for YouTube channels or podcasts. Or hey, if you're more analytically minded, you can have the AI build really complex automated Excel spreadsheets for small businesses to track leads and invoicing. You can even develop custom games like an animal Wordle clone or a sliding puzzle game, and you don't even need a computer science degree to do it. Or you can use it to generate highly structured business plans and client proposals. The potential applications are just incredibly vast. Section 2. How ChatGPT actually works. Peeking behind the curtain of the AI magic. To actually make money with this tool, we have to strip away that magic and understand the nuts and bolts. ChatGPT is fundamentally a large language model, or LLM. So it doesn't think, well, not in a human sense anyway, even when it tells you it's thinking. Instead, it's calculating the flow of language based on massive amounts of training data gathered from books, articles, and the whole internet. Think of it like highly sophisticated predictive text. Just like you know the word year naturally follows we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New, the AI does exactly that, but on a macro, phenomenally complex scale. And as the source material quite bluntly puts it, the neural network is essentially just a big stack of weighted math functions pretending to be a brain. There are no sparks of genius happening, no actual thoughts, just vectors and rapid-fire calculations. Here's how that builds from simple numbers to complex transformations in 3 completely non-magical steps. First, the inputs go in. Whether you feed it an image, some text, or audio, the AI literally just sees numbers and vectors. Second, each neuron does a tiny specific calculation, multiplying weights and adding a bias. And finally, these neurons are stacked in layers. The early layers might just spot basic character patterns, while the deeper layers start to detect concepts, meanings, and sentiment. Every single layer just feeds its mathematical output straight into the next. Section 3. Hallucinations and AI limits. What the AI doesn't know. Now, because it is quite literally just doing math, we really have to talk about its fundamental flaws and the core conflict of relying on it for your business. There's this great quote directly from our source material that highlights a pretty stark reality. It doesn't know what it doesn't know. Because ChatGPT is just predicting the most mathematically likely next word, it can confidently hand you completely false information. These are known as hallucinations. It will literally invent quotes that were never spoken, declare facts that are pure fiction, or cite legal cases that absolutely never happened. And it does it all with the exact same confident tone it uses when telling the truth. Because of this tendency to hallucinate, there are specific industries that are strict no-go zones for trusting the AI without heavy, professional verification. You should absolutely never blindly trust AI for health and medical conditions, financial and investment advice, or complex legal matters. If you're trying to build a monetization stream around these niches using ChatGPT, you are playing with fire. Unless, of course, you are a verified expert in that exact field acting as the final editor. And on top of that, we have to consider the data itself. ChatGPT can sometimes rely on outdated training data. For example, before it had internet access, it might confidently tell you the wrong Prime Minister of the UK simply because its internal data cut off a year prior. Even today, while it can search the internet, it doesn't always choose to actually do so. So why does this matter to you? Well, making business decisions or selling services to clients based on outdated data is a tremendously fast way to lose money and totally ruin your reputation. Section 4. Trust but verify. Fact-checking your new AI assistant. Since we know the AI is fallible, we need a way to practically and safely harness it. We really have to ask ourselves, when this virtual assistant hands us a beautiful, perfectly formatted market research report, how do we verify it isn't pure fiction? How do we double-check the math? Thankfully, the software gives us tools for exactly this. The source provides a literal visual map of how you can verify claims. When the AI gives you a factual answer, say telling you Joe Root is England's leading run scorer in Test cricket, you can actually click the Sources button at the end of the text. This opens up a citation side panel where you can view and click right through to the original articles it read, from places like Wikipedia or Sky Sports. Always check the receipts. Beyond checking citations, you can also force the AI to apply deeper reasoning passes. By using the drop-down menu at the top of the interface, you can actually switch from standard auto responses to a thinking mode. This tells the AI to take its time, process the data through several deeper layers of reasoning, and double-check its own logic before spitting out an answer. And let me tell you, this greatly improves the accuracy of complex tasks. You're essentially making a choice here between speed and accuracy. Standard mode is lightning fast, but because it condenses so much information so quickly, it's prone to oversimplification and those inference errors we talked about. Thinking mode is definitely slower to form answers, but that extra processing time significantly reduces mistakes. For almost any serious business or monetization application, taking that extra time is absolutely worth the investment. Section 5. Monetization Pros and Cons. The reality of AI as a business partner. So let's weigh the amazing benefits against the sobering realities of working with AI as your new business partner. It's vital to view this as a balancing act. On the pro side, you have a 24/7 tireless brainstorming partner that can analyze massive data sets at lightning speed and spot market trends that you might just totally miss. It is incredible for identifying inefficient workflows in your business. But the cons are equally real. As we've seen, it's prone to omitting crucial facts, generating outright hallucinations, and it genuinely requires you to learn the actual skill of prompt engineering to get good results out of it. It's a tool, guys, not a magic wand. The ultimate takeaway from this explainer is that AI is definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you approach it looking for free money with zero effort, you're going to fail, period. However, if you treat it as an incredibly powerful 24/7 assistant, you can drastically reduce your operational costs, launch cool new web tools, write better content, and find entirely new revenue streams. But, and this is the absolute vital part, you cannot simply put your brain on autopilot. It absolutely demands a human editor to review, refine, and verify the output. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to consider before you start building your new AI-powered empire. The technology is sitting right there. It is ready to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help build your business. But are you prepared to step up and be the boss that actually double-checks its work? Because that is the real secret to making money with ChatGPT in 2026. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy prompting.